This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us. Crews in Columbia County are searching for a missing employee at a milling plant.
It happened at the Didion milling plant in Cambria early this morning. Cambria is just east of Portage, and that is where our Madeline O'Neill is live tonight with more details. Maddie?
We're seeing that search happening right now, really focused in on one grain silo here. That's what we're hearing from Didion company executives who tell us that an employee was reported missing earlier today. Earlier, we saw this search focused on what looks like an entryway on this grain silo. We know that authorities are on scene as well, assisting with this search. We see a fire truck there assisting with the search here at Didion. Now, this name may sound familiar to you because this is the site of a deadly explosion here in 2017 at Didion that killed 5 people, injured more than a dozen. Now, as for today, we're still seeing what looks like an active search at the specific grain silo. So we will be out here providing you updates. We'll have another update tonight at 6 o'clock.
All right, Maddie, live in Cambria tonight. Maddie, thank you. Parents who want to send their kids back to school in Dane County will want to pay close attention to the state Supreme Court.
It started hearing a case today that challenges the Dane County's authority to keep kids out of the building. Amy Reed is live to explain what justices had to say specifically about the religious arguments involved. Amy?
There have been quite a few lawsuits regarding public health orders in this state. Today was a grouping of lawsuits in response to an order from Public Health Madison Dane County that closed schools and ordered virtual learning at the beginning of the school year.
Local health officials may be, as they like to say, the boots on the ground. But in this instance, the boots on the ground need to receive orders from above.
Rick Essenberg joined 2 other attorneys in arguing local public health departments can't order schools to close. One focused especially on the impact to religious schools, arguing by not attending in person, families' rights are infringed.
The religious mission thus depends on in-person attendance to be fully realized.
The county's attorney argued religious freedom has its limits.
But the rights of one person to exercise their religion in the public square, just like their rights to swing their arms in the public square, stop at another person's nose.
Justices had a lot to question in response. Liberal justices acknowledging the order allows for religious mass. Justice Jill Karofsky also doubted the impact virtual school has on kids.
As a parent of the son in Dane County School who's been online, I'm actually really concerned about the impact that you assert in your brief that all of these kids are disadvantaged vis-a-vis the kids who are in person in class. Where does that come from?
Conservative justices asked about accommodations for religion and questioned why only Dane and Racine counties ordered such closures.
If what is done in Dane County is reasonable and necessary, why just those 2 places being closed when the pandemic is statewide?
On an otherwise evenly split court, Justice Brian Hagedorn has been the deciding factor in other pandemic cases this year. Today, he noted the court has erred on the side of religious freedom in the past.
It's not a, how do these rights play against each other? What makes the most sense? You've got the deck stacked against you. You've got to show that this is the only option we had and that this is the narrowest way for us to achieve our goals.
Justices are debating amongst themselves now. We don't have a timeline for ruling. An interesting note out of today's hearing, though, one attorney said the state health department could order schools closed, barring constitutional questions. The Evers administration, though, hasn't shown interest in doing that in the past.
Interesting discussion. Amy, thank you. And state and county health officials say 67 more people have died of COVID-19 complications today. The death toll now 3,903. State and county health officials recorded 3,871 new cases. Wisconsin's reached an all-time total of 418,784. Those are confirmed cases, and roughly 57,000 of them remain active. Congress may tie its next COVID relief package to a broader spending bill. The House plans to vote tomorrow to give itself an extra week to prevent a government shutdown on Friday. The Senate is expected to do the same. That would give them more time to attach more than $900 billion in new COVID spending to the federal funding package.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has confirmed safety data and efficacy of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. It confirms that the vaccine against COVID-19 is 95% effective, which Pfizer had previously reported. The proposed dosing regimen is 2 doses 21 days apart. However, the document also notes the vaccine appears to provide some protection against the virus following just 1 dose. An FDA advisory committee will next consider the vaccine for emergency use authorization in the United States.
And just as scientists rush to find a vaccine, shipping companies are now trying to plan to figure out how they'll send billions of doses out fast. But there are a lot of challenges here, especially for Pfizer's vaccine. It has to be kept at 94 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit.
Packaging that works best is vacuum sealed panels, kind of like a thermos where they have vacuum or evacuated all the ambient temperature, and this will be able to keep it colder. But again, this is only part of the issue. We still need to be able to have enough dry ice, have enough of this specialized packaging material, have enough in the logistics network to be able to handle this.
Professor Robert Meisner says companies like FedEx and UPS are quickly trying to prepare by creating large freezer farms. But this large-scale rollout of the vaccine will still be a daunting task for shipping companies. On News 3 Now at 6, Amanda Quintana will show us even more of the challenges that they're facing.
President-elect Joe Biden vowed to have 100 million COVID vaccine shots in the arms of Americans in his first 100 days in office while presenting his nominees for top health positions. Biden has tapped California Attorney General Javier Becerra, a former Democratic congressman, to become the first Latino Secretary of Health and Human Services.
It is our turn to build a nation where, as the president-elect so often says, healthcare is a right, not a privilege.
In the fight against Biden's pick for his chief medical advisor is Dr. Anthony Fauci. President-elect Biden is expected to announce more top cabinet picks before the Christmas holiday, and he is facing mounting pressure to increase diversity among the remaining posts.
It's being called V-Day in the UK as a mass vaccination program against coronavirus is now underway. 91-year-old British grandmother Maggie Keenan is the first person in the world to receive the Pfizer vaccine. The UK's first 800,000 doses are going to the most vulnerable, hospital and nursing home workers and the elderly. The vaccine is given in 2 doses, 21 days apart. British officials call the mass immunizations a light at the end of a very dark tunnel.
Amazing to see this tremendous shot in the arm for the entire nation, but we can't afford to relax now.
The UK has secured 40 million doses of the Pfizer vaccine, enough for 20 million people. The U.S. has an order in for 100 million doses pending FDA approval.
Let's get a check on the weather now. It was another cloudy, seasonable winter day. Meteorologist Chris Reese is on the weather patio. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Susan. Those clouds kept those temperatures on the chillier side. Our initial forecast high was a couple degrees warmer, but I'll tell you what, there's a stationary front just out towards the west that will move our direction and warm things up as we head into the overnight hours and for your Wednesday. Temperatures right now still stand into the lower 30s. We're at 32 in Madison. Check the wind chill, though, down at 26. A lot of us are saying wind chills into the lower 20s, 23, that wind chill for our friends up in the Dells right now. Mineral Point has a wind chill of 29. As we head through the overnight hours, though, temperatures warm up and then drop. So your overnight low is only down around 30. Then into tomorrow, will likely warm up closer to 50. But coming up a little bit later in the show, we're talking those white Christmas chances. It's that time of the year, and we do have snowflakes in that forecast. The full forecast is minutes away.
All right, Chris, thank you. An inmate who escaped from the Oregon Correctional Center early this morning is back in custody. Fitchburg police say Matthew Bowringer escaped from the Oregon facility around 1:10 this morning. Officers say about 7 hours later, he was found in a field in the town of Oregon. A passerby spotted him and called police. The Dane County Sheriff's Office assisted Fitchburg and Oregon officers in the search for Bowringer. The search for Madison's next police chief is a step closer to completion after the Police and Fire Commission wrapped up their final interviews this morning.
The public will get a look at those tomorrow. News 3 Now's Naomi Coles joins us to explain. Naomi?
The attorney for the Police and Fire Commission released a statement today saying that there's going to be at least 2 more chances for the public to provide input on this process before that final decision. The final interviews with these candidates happened behind closed doors this morning, and that prompted some backlash from the community. These, of course, are the 4 candidates vying for that spot. I'll be diving deeper into their backgrounds at 6 o'clock. Meanwhile, I sat down with former Madison Police Chief Noble Ray to talk about the challenges facing the next chief.
In this community, there is a strong ethic and desire not only for building trust in community policing, but having a national presence.
He says that the 177 recommendations completed by an external report years in the making, that's going to be an important jumping off place for the next chief. One thing we do not see is any female candidate. I asked the attorney for the commission about that today. She tells me that there were 3 non-male candidates. 2 of them did not meet basic qualifications. The 3rd one dropped out before interviews even started.
Naomi, thank you. Whoever ends up as Madison's new police chief will have a new board watching them closely. One of the changes coming out of the report that Naomi just mentioned.
The Civilian Oversight Board chose its leadership last night. Jamie Perez spoke with them to see what's most important about their new duties.
Well, in a majority vote, 2 women of color were asked to fill the roles of both chair and vice chair. And both of them say that they know this is a huge responsibility, but they're hoping that they can help fulfill the goal of holding police more accountable. For Keisha Burnett.
And I consider it an honor to be considered for this position.
Chairperson of the city's first Police Civilian Oversight Board seems natural.
When I was first nominated, I wasn't sure if I should be overjoyed or really afraid, because I know that this is some really serious work.
Burnett currently works at the United Way of Dane County, helping that organization bridge the gap between law enforcement and communities of color. She's also previously worked as the president for the Madison Network of Black Professionals, the Urban League, and Dane County Restorative Court. Assisting Burnett in her new role is Vice Chair Shadera Kilfoy Flores.
It's going to take, a lot of listening. I think that's what's really going to be really important is listening to what the community needs.
She said her involvement with communities of color, as well as her leadership role with Madison's community response team, have prepared her for what's to come with this board.
It's not as much of being, in opposition to the police as accountability. And I think that is really where the starting point has to be for there to be trust reestablished.
Now, the board is advisory only, studying police issues and offering recommendations on what outcomes should be. But the new leaders have some natural connections they believe will help.
I have personal and professional relationships with quite a few chiefs of police as well as sheriffs in our community. We sit down and have meetings every month with the goal of building trust between law enforcement and different communities of color.
I hope that this continues to be a way in which to empower people, particularly people who have experienced brutality and people who are looking for accountability.
Now, they know that all eyes will be on them to see how effective this board is, but they're hoping that this can be a model of how the community can do this right. For News 3 Now, I'm Jamie Perez.
Well, the next phase here will be defining their respective roles and selecting an independent police monitor. The board will meet quarterly. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 5, the legal battle over the election continues as the Texas Attorney General sues the Badger State. How the Wisconsin Attorney General is reacting to that. Then coming up tonight at 6, reaction to the Christmas tree that Republican lawmakers placed beneath the Capitol Rotunda. We'll have that story next hour. And on Wall Street, the Dow up another 104 points. The NASDAQ adds 63. The S&P jumps 10. We'll be right back.
No cell phones at the table.
But it's Grandma.
Hi, Mom.
Slumberland's biggest Thanksgiving sale in 3 years is held over. You'll get an additional 25% off our already low prices at Slumberland.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And if you haven't tried Plexiderm, we've created the best offer yet with our holiday Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Even the 11 lines between your eyes are visibly gone in minutes. Plexiderm works so well that celebrities in Hollywood and people just like you feel years younger in minutes. This is why I'm letting people try it for only $14.95 at plexidermtrial.com to celebrate this holiday season.
So I've had under eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. I have spent so much money on tons of eye creams, eye gels. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm, and I'm not joking. It works. When I do a collage and everything is done, it looks amazing. That is exactly how Plexiderm makes me feel. I put it on my face, and somehow, some way, I look together, which is amazing. I'm Jackie, and I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, and so should you.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there, like the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. So if under eye bags make you look tired or feel older, take action this holiday season and see that younger looking you. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
With all this family fun time, you need a good night's sleep. Come to Slumberland's huge Thanksgiving mattress sale and get an extra 25% off our already low prices. Get this Sealy Posturepedic Queen mattress for just $3.99, only at Slumberland.
Tonight at 6, the head of a UW packaging program explains why the process to store COVID vaccines in ultra-cold freezers is a lot more complicated than it may seem, and reaction to the controversial Christmas tree that Republican lawmakers placed in the Capitol Rotunda.
At News 3 Now, the FCC allowed us to boost the power of our broadcast signal. If you watch us using an antenna, you may need to activate the scan function on your TV menu to rescan available channels so you can continue to enjoy News 3 Now and CBS programming. Please rescan your TVs today.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The Texas Attorney General has filed a lawsuit with the U.S. Supreme Court against Wisconsin and other battleground states, claiming those states exploited the COVID-19 pandemic to ignore election law ahead of Election Day. Today, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton sued the states of Wisconsin, Georgia, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, alleging they violated the Constitution based on a litany of already dismissed complaints. Paxton asked the Supreme Court to invalidate their 62 Electoral College votes for Biden, a move that would swing the election to President Trump. Now, Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul responded on Twitter by saying, quote, "I feel sorry for Texans that their tax dollars are being wasted on such a genuinely embarrassing lawsuit. Texas is as likely to change the outcome of the Ice Bowl as it is to overturn the will of Wisconsin voters in the 2020 presidential election, as we are in various other meritless cases challenging the results of the election. The Wisconsin Department of Justice will defend against this attack on our democracy."
Army leaders are firing or suspending 14 officers and enlisted soldiers at Fort Hood, Texas, and ordering policy changes to address chronic leadership failures at the base. 2 general officers are among those being removed from their jobs as top Army leaders, as they announced the findings of an independent panel's investigation into problems at Fort Hood. The actions taken by Army Secretary Ryan McCarthy come in the aftermath of a year that saw 25 soldiers assigned to Fort Hood die by suicide, homicide, or accidents, including the death of Vanessa Guillen.
Turning now to your first warn weather, meteorologist Chris Reese with the forecast. Chris?
Yeah, not Gary. Eric. Got confused there, but we've watched 3 things that we need to know. One is that clouds are gradually going to clear. Temperatures will be near 50 as we head into tomorrow, and then all eyes are on snow chances as we move into the weekend. And we say this every time it snows, but the track of the low is something that certainly matters. Right now, a lot of the model data is showing a more northerly track that would bring us a decent round of accumulating snow along with some travel impacts this weekend, but there's still enough of the model data Florida that has a more southerly track. Some of that keeps us completely dry this weekend, but the more southerly track would mean light snow or no snow at all, and it would limit any kind of travel issues. Now, here's one of the models that showed the more southerly track pretty much all day long. However, the latest run has been just a little bit further towards the north. It initially kept us dry, but even in that creep north, we're seeing more of an impact for extreme southeastern Wisconsin. We'll be watching that one closely. This same model run has another system coming our direction into your Tuesday that could bring some light snow. Now, this one has shown more of that northerly track that has a greater impact for south central Wisconsin. In addition, it still shows a system Tuesday into Wednesday, but it's further towards the south and flatter. Moral of the story, the pattern gets a little bit more active as we begin to move into the weekend and next week. We had a lot of cloud cover today, but nothing came out of those. 32 is where our temperature topped out, and 32 is where we stand right now. Now, I can tell you that high-resolution Doppler has tried to show some flurries at times. Moisture, though, has been fairly limited, so if anything, the flurry chance is going to be greater the further to the north that you are. But we do have this stationary front out towards the west, folks, that eventually moves our direction as a warm front overnight tonight, which is why our temperatures are actually going to warm up compared to where they are now. In fact, watch the clock. This is now 10 o'clock tonight. Temperatures will be right around 36 degrees or so. We'll start to clear out overnight down to 30, and then tomorrow we'll see those highs right around 48 to 50. We'll do that again as we move into your Thursday with those highs into the upper 40s. Here's the overall pattern, though, as we begin to look ahead. This is the storm system that I'm watching for the weekend. Watch how colder air starts to get involved with that system. With enough cold air, that could lead to snow, but notice how we stay cold as we go beyond that. The next 10 days or so are likely to be cold. That being said, your white Christmas probability typically around 60 to 75%. 5 of the last 10 Christmases have officially been white with 1 inch of snow on the ground or more, but 7 of the last 10 have had some sort of snow involved. We'll watch that closely. Snow chances for the weekend, more snow chances next Tuesday and Wednesday. I've looked at the forecast beyond that. We could see more. We'll just have to wait and see.
All right.
Traffic.
I didn't know if you were going to do it or I can't do traffic,
you know
man.
What? You know what? That's all right. Sometimes we forget. I can tell you the traffic is good for us, though. 57 miles per hour westbound on the Beltline. You go eastbound, it's still around 51 to 60 miles per hour. So we're doing good out there, Eric. Hopefully we keep it that way as we go through the rest of this afternoon and for the rest of the week, too.
Yeah, you can call me Gary. Just don't have me do traffic. That'd be bad.
We'll see.
Chris, thanks. And on News 3 Now at 5, big shakeup when it comes to the Big Ten football championship game. We'll tell you why. That's ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Real customers are experiencing a real difference with Spectrum Internet and TV.
The speed is insane. It's always right there. Just boom.
It was easy to connect all of my devices, and I was able to find a plan that was affordable for me.
I'm saving money, and I'm even getting more speed.
Get the speed you need to do all the things you love on all your devices with Spectrum Internet, delivering the fastest starting speeds for the price. 200 megabits. Switch now for $44.99 a month. Call 833-918-4499.
With Spectrum TV, the picture quality is incredible. I feel like I'm in the movie.
The amount of stuff available on Spectrum On Demand is just never ending.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go. All from $44.99 a month. Call 833-918-4499.
Spectrum gives me the best deal no matter what.
Every day I'm saving money.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Ask about our easy self-install options to install your new services yourself. Call 833-918-4499.
Let's get to it, America. Because joy doesn't just happen. You make it happen. And during the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event, we're helping you make even more joy. Come get the best deals of the season with offers on select Ford SUVs and Ford Fusion. Everything you need to make the holidays brighter than ever. That's how we're making joy this season. How will you? Choose FlexBuy and get Fusion with 0% financing for 66 months plus $1,500 cash and $2,000 retail trade assist.
Get genuine value on gifts for Christmas during Blain's Farm and Fleet's huge gift sale going on now. Shop amazing deals store-wide on great gifts for everyone on your list. For the chef, this Cuisinart cookware set is $30 off. For the car enthusiast, this garage floor jack is on sale, $129.99. Give the gift of winter readiness with $200 off this Cub Cadet snow thrower. And a Blain's Farm and Fleet gift card is always the perfect gift. Plus, buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru. You don't even need to get out of your car.
Keeping yourself and your family safe from germs and bacteria is made easy with Cetus ultraviolet technology for sterilization. Through time-tested ultraviolet irradiation, killing 99% of dangerous microbes is simple and effortless. UV light technology is faster and more reliable than water-based disinfectants. Now easier than ever to live germ-free. Visit www.cetusonline.com. That is CETUSonline.com.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
This holiday season, support our local businesses by using the Madison Magazine online Shop Local Holiday Gift Guide. Find the perfect gift locally with unique clothing, discounted gift cards, home decor, books, and more. Find it on MadisonMagazine.com today.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Michigan has canceled its annual rivalry game at Ohio State because of a COVID-19 outbreak within the Wolverines football program. Michigan says that decision was made after discussions with medical professionals. The third-ranked Buckeyes played through what Coach Ryan Day has called a mini outbreak last week in a 52-12 win at Michigan State as he watched from home because of a positive test. Now, under Big Ten rules this year, teams have to play a minimum of 6 games to even qualify for the Big Ten championship game. The Buckeyes will have only played 5. Big Ten officials, though, are scheduled to meet tomorrow to discuss it further.
One of the Badger football coaches is up for the nation's top assistant coach award. Defensive coordinator Jim Leonard is a finalist for the Broyles Award. The 56 nominees were selected from around 1,200 coaches representing 127 Division I programs in the country. Leonard is in charge of the Wisconsin defense, and according to NCAA statistics, Wisconsin is the top-ranked defense in the country, giving up less than 230 yards per game and just over 12 points per game during their 4-game season.
Today marks the 40th anniversary of the assassination of rock legend John Lennon. He was shot to death by Mark David Chapman December 8th of 1980. It happened outside the Dakota apartment building in New York City where Lennon lived. Lennon was just 40 years old when he was killed. His musical career was marked not only by his iconic work with the Beatles, but also by a legendary and timeless volume of work as a solo artist. Chapman pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. He was sentenced to 20 years to life in prison. He's been denied parole numerous times, most recently earlier this year. Stay with us for a final check of your First Warn forecast when we return.
Keep your family warm this season with new winter boots. Rogan's has 20% off the best name brands for mom, dad, and the kids. Save on winter boots for the whole family at Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
Tackle tough jobs with Bosch Power Tools from Menards. Bosch packs the performance and features you need to get the job done right. That's why Bosch is the choice of pros. Plus, Menards has all the bits, blades, and power tool accessories from Bosch you need to get the job done right. Save big on quality Bosch power tools and power tool accessories from Menards. Plus, a Menards gift card is always a great gift idea.
All season's greetings to you all from Menards.
If your dry eye symptoms keep coming back, inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Looks like a great day for achy, burning eyes.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Ha! These drops probably won't touch me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief.
Oh.
Xiidra is the only FDA-approved treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye, twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Talk to an eye doctor about twice daily Zydra.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Zydra, not today, dry eye.
You love your business. Every day, you coddle it, pamper it. Maybe the growing pains were hard, but you put everything into it, nurtured it, and fed it, so it would grow. It's only natural that you'd want to protect it with the right insurance. Pamper your business with a policy from Westband and wrap it in the cozy warmth of the silver lining.
Get more for your kitchen now at the Brothers Main Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale. We want you to absolutely love your new kitchen, so you'll get big savings on the latest incredible products from GE and our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. We want you to be 100% satisfied every time. That's why we're the More Store. The Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale with more selection, more savings, and more kitchen. Now at the Brothers Main, your local store for more since 1938.
The holidays brought a great surprise this year. It's my Rogan's receipt. Next time with the receipt, my purchase will be half price. Maybe some new boots.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, our exclusive interview with Army Secretary Ryan McCarthy, the shocking revelations of sexual assault at Fort Hood, and the new details behind the Army's plan to address it. That's all tonight here, right here on the CBS Evening News.
And Chris has a final check of the forecast.
We'll see sunshine into tomorrow, Susan. Temperatures warm up towards 48 degrees. More sunshine on Thursday. We're staying in the 40s then, but we get that mix that goes over to snow. As we move towards the weekend, we are much colder next week. Chances for snow also arrive for next Tuesday and next Wednesday. We're going to be watching this pattern closely. Things look a lot more active as we round out 2020.
All right, Chris, thanks. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.